Holy cannoli. It's time for Gobbet number 35, Bad Singing, from October 15th, 2008. You think chilies have it tough. Try being human. That's a callback to the last Gobbet opus. Malaria. This is a redundant name from the Italian mal, meaning bad, and aria, meaning opera song, has probably more impact on the human genome than any other organism. I once heard a Nobel laureate declare that half of everyone who has ever died has died of malaria. I have never been able to confirm that estimation, but it doesn't stop me from passing it on. Who am I to contradict the Nobel Prize winner, even if the prize was in the wimpy, at least compared to medicine, field of physics? Malaria is endlessly interesting, as is all infectious diseases. Malaria's manifestations, its treatment, its history, its evolution or its evolution, its resistance to antibiotics, and its impact on human evolution and history, I can, and probably eventually will, babble about this parasite for hours. Everyone in medicine learns about sickle cell disease, a mutation in hemoglobin, the molecule that carries oxygen. It is found in some Africans, and the mutation protects against malaria. In Asia, there is thalassemias, which have the same protective effect. But wait, there's more, and it's not a steak knife. Now, the molecule that powers the body is beer. The molecule that powers the body is ATP. There is an enzyme, pyruvate kinase, that converts phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvate with the production of one molecule of ATP. Most cells make their ATP in the mitochondria, but red cells do not have mitochondria and need pyruvate kinase to make ATP to make energy. Quote, pyruvate kinase deficiency is the most frequent abnormality of the glycolytic pathway and, together with a deficiency in glucose-6-phosphate dehydrogenase, is the most common cause of non-spherocytic hemolytic anemia. The prevalence of homozygous pyruvate kinase deficiency is estimated at 1 in 20,000, and more than 158 mutations have been described. End quasi-quote. That's a lot of mutations in one enzyme. I wonder why. Could these mutations, say, confer a protective effect on human being survival? Hey, malaria is an infection of red cells. Could there be a link? Mais oui, mon frère. Quote, pyruvate kinase deficiency has a protective effect against the replication of the malaria parasite in human erythrocytes. We, not me of course, have described a dual mechanism for protection against P. falciparum in pyruvate kinase deficiency that included an invasion defect of erythrocytes from case subjects and a preferential macrophage clearance of ring-stage infected erythrocytes from case subjects. End quote. So if you have this mutation, and you are not an X-Men, you get more resistant to malaria, and if you get malaria, you clear it better. How this works exactly, I still can neither find nor understand. Perhaps it is simple starvation, perhaps there is more. In normal animals, for example, malaria induces a new pyruvate kinase that alters glucose metabolism in favor of the malaria parasite. Malaria is still a major health problem, with 500 million cases a year in the world and 1 million deaths. So it is probably exerting an evolutionary pressure on the human genome still. I sure as hell hope it makes us smarter. The relevant references for this Gobbet opus were pyruvate kinase deficiency in malaria, New England Journal of Medicine, 2008, pyruvate kinase in malaria host-parasite interactions, Nature, and finally, hematologica, hereditary red cell disorders and malaria resistance. And that ends this. Hey, what's that in the corner of your eye? Is that a Gobbet opus?